Alright, hey guys, welcome back. It's Jen with Happy Humble Home, and it is Friday, so you know that means it's time for this weekly update. But before we jump into that, y'all know the drill. Make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that bell so that way you're notified every time that I upload a video on this channel. So, alright y'all, let's get ready for the flashback. Alright guys, so I got my trunk all done. I'm super happy with it. I love the way it turned out. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comments, because yeah, I'm really happy. I did 3 coats of the teal and then 2 coats of the black. I just got done out here cleaning up that bed that I said I needed to get cleaned up, because I do want to get my garlic probably in the ground this week or next week probably. So you can see here it looks so much better. It's still not quite where I want it. There's still some bigger chunks that I need to get up. And then that's our little compost over there. But I'm really happy with the progress made on that. And then I got my trunk done. I've got a couple of orders from my Happy Humble Home that I'm working on this weekend. And yeah, that's how our weekend has gone so far, y'all. So, all right, hey guys, so I'm out here working some in the garden today before work, and you can see, maybe I can try to get it to focus. There we go. Yep, had it. We're right there. You can see where some of my carrots are starting to go to seed for sure. Right there. So I will be coming out here. This is really my only one little flower that's really good at this point, but I have a whole lot more that's starting to darken up. And also, before too much longer, I think she'll be ready to actually go and harvest all the seeds from. Alright, so what I'm about to work on is a friend from church gave me this little like aloe pup, so I need to get it repotted into the pot that I want. And then this bed over here, I need to go ahead, it's pretty much there, but there's still a little bit of grass in there. I want to go ahead and get out and finish cleaning it out a little bit more, because I did pick up garlic and onion that I do want to plant in this bed right here. And I went ahead and got the garlic and onion, but I probably won't plant it for a couple weeks still, just because we're still a little less than a month, or right about a month from our first fall frost rather. So I'll probably wait and do that maybe in about another week or a week and a half, but I do at least have it, and I want to go ahead and get my bed all ready for that. But that's what I'm up to right now, y'all. Alright guys, so I was playing around with my basil plant over here, trying to get it back up, and you can see where some of the flowers are starting to die off. And I was playing around with it, and there is some of my basil seeds as well. So like I said, I do want to see if this plant will self-seed, but I'll probably also pull some basil seeds off just to have on hand for in case the self-seeding doesn't go the way I hope. Alright, hey guys, so today is the 30th, which means it's time to actually go ahead and check my eggs that I've been storing on the fridge. If you've been watching my channel and stuff, you know what I did to these store-bought eggs to try to preserve them, and they've just been sitting on top of my counter. So yesterday would have been 2 months, right? Yeah, 2 months, exactly. So just looking at them, I'm going to actually turn y'all around because that'll be okay. So it's kind of hard to tell on the camera, but some of them look like they honestly have more of like a little pinkish hue to them. It's kind of hard to explain. It really doesn't look like it on camera, but they do. They look like they have a little bit more pink hue to them than these back here. I don't know if you can kind of tell the color difference between this one and this one right here, but we're gonna do our water test real quick. All right, remember guys, hey, quit shaking the gut bud. All right, remember guys, so this is just plain tap water that I have, and whenever I coated these back in July, on July 29th, I did the water test and they all floated, or they all sunk to the bottom and stayed there. So that's kind of my freshness that I'm going on, and at a little over a month they were still fresh. So let's see where they're at after 2 months of sitting here. I'm just gonna grab like 3 or 4 eggs. Probably just test like 3 eggs and see where they're at. Let's grab one of these ones that have more of the pink hue to them. And okay, it's still sinking all the way to the bottom. See that one? Oh, well, why'd you do that? Yeah, so now you know what the middle of a Nerf dart looks like. Why'd you pull it out? You should have let it thaw, buddy. Okay.
Are you using alcohol?
Do what, honey?
Are you using alcohol?
No.
Water?
No, what you're smelling is vinegar, but no, that's because I had some other vinegar stuff in the sink, honey. Let's do this one right here. Alright, so all 3 of these eggs are still floating according to the freshness test. They're still floating, or sinking to the bottom rather, which is what I want. So what I'm going to do is probably at 3 months, I'll probably crack 1 or 2 eggs open at 3 months, just to kind of actually crack the eggs open and see. But I will say that leaving them where they have the air holes on the side of the box instead of like shut up in a mason jar has definitely helped, because there's no, like when I showed you, there was no mold spots at all or anything like that from where I was trying to keep it in an airtight container. So letting it have that ability to breathe has definitely, on the outside, has definitely made things look a lot better. And, I mean, y'all seen the test, so we'll just keep going. So around October 29th, I'll probably crack 1 or 2 eggs open, and we'll see how that actually looks, as long as they keep passing the water test. So. All right, good morning, guys. So it's a beautiful Friday morning already. We've already got our run in for the morning. And so now's a good time to just pop on here real quick and let y'all know how our week's gone school-wise and everything else. As you can see, it's kind of hard to see because the bed's right in that sun glare over there. But anyways, the bed definitely looks a whole lot better. And I got my aloe repotted and put inside, so hopefully the cat won't mess with it. I don't think the cat's even noticed it, to be honest. But I got all that done up that I wanted to do yesterday. And like I said, I managed to get my garlic and my onion. So that's all good to go. School-wise, we've had a really good school week. One thing that I am trying to figure out how to do, and if y'all have any tips, let me know. But my vermicompost that I do have back there, I don't use like an actual like little compost bins. The way I've been doing it is I basically just have like a corner over there in our backyard where it's mostly just a whole bunch of dirt anyways. Grass wasn't really growing. And I've just kind of created us a compost pile there, and there's a lot of little worms and grubs and everything in it. But with it getting colder, I do need to cover that up. So what I'm planning on doing is making sure we'll probably go out and get a whole bunch of dried leaves and everything, or straw, and then just keep doing what I've been doing. But I will probably cover it with a tarp, so that way I can kind of keep that heat in the ground, and then I'll actually use conduction is what I'm hoping. So I can kind of build up one side of the tarp, and then that'll let the heat pass through the other, just so that way the worms can keep going back and forth between it, is my hope. So that's something I need to get going, because we have, the last couple nights we have gotten down to about upper to mid 40s. already, so I need to, and I can definitely tell just within the last couple of weeks how the decomposing rate on my compost pile has drastically decreased. So, and I know it matters about the heat on the inside of the pile, but it's not a big pile. It's still very small. It's still a very small compost pile. So I don't have as much mass to keep it hot like I need to. So that's why I want to make sure I get it covered up with like a dark tarp. There we go. That's what I was trying to think, y'all. But anyways, I need to get it covered up with a tarp and then kind of create that area of the compost so that way they can kind of go back and forth and have further heat and like use my heat transfer and conduction and all is what my hope is. So I need to be working on that. I'll probably kind of get all that up and going this weekend. We do have a shooting competition this weekend and some other things that we need to get done. And there's quite a few things that I want to get done before I bed. Stop, that makes the chain make noise. Thank you. But everything else has been shadow in the background's cracking me up. But everything's been going pretty good. As you can see that where my eggs are at this point, I do have several eggs. A couple jars that are still egg glass that I just kind of add to them whenever I get my eggs from a local lady here. I get our the farm fresh eggs, so I use those for my egg glassing, and then the other ones are just store-bought eggs that, you know, you can go back and look in my previous videos how I actually am playing around with preserving those outside of the refrigerator. But as you can see, I mean, they're passing the water test each month and they're looking pretty much like they did. Like I said, there's a little bit of a difference in the color hue, but that's been about it. And at this point, temperatures are dropping off, so I've been leaving the windows open for the last couple of days, so it really hasn't got above like 74 in the house. It's been kind of keeping it regulated between 71 and 75 thereabout, but our humidity level has dropped drastically from like the 80 and 90% humidity down to like 25% humidity. So again, they've just been sitting on the kitchen counter, so in a somewhat regulated temperature, but not somewhere like a refrigerator where it's as cold. That's really all there is to report. I do have an upcoming video on a product review, so that will be up Tuesday, so don't forget to check that out whenever that video posts. I am going to be looking at some fall cover though, some cover crops for my tomato bed, and I might put a little, I don't know, I may try to do some in my tater buckets, I'm not sure, but my tomatoes for sure, I'll do some cover crops on those for certain, and I might try to do some in a couple of my front beds. So if y'all have any good plants that would make cover crops for vegetable beds, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, please, because I'm trying to figure out what cover crops I can use for that. And then we've got quite a few beds that we're wanting to add next year, and we're just going to kind of slowly build it up each and every year is the hope. That's our hope. So, well, that about wraps it up this week, y'all. As always, any questions or comments, thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all, or I'll check in with y'all later. Bye.